Let's talk about 9 locations where home prices are skyrocketing post-pandemic. And guess what? 6 out of the 9 are in Florida. Now, we all know that home prices have gone out of control during the pandemic. And now we have to talk about what happened with Florida, because Florida had 6 out of 9 places that had the biggest increases of home prices. Some of these numbers are staggering. Now, we'll go over the list in just a moment, but let me ask you a question. If these are the places that had the largest increases of home prices over just the last, 4 years? Well, let me ask you this. What do you think is going to happen to the prices in these places when the economy starts slowing down, when interest rates keep going up, when job losses start beginning? Who is going to suffer the most? The places that didn't appreciate too much, or the places that appreciated like no other? I have a guess that we're going to see the same list here in about 2 or 3 years, but this time it's going to be the list of all the places with the largest price drops. And by the way, my name is Maciek Zaremba. I'm a real estate agent in Sarasota, Florida. If you have questions about real estate in my area or in Florida in general, give me a call. I do travel up to 3 hours north and 3 hours south to help you find your perfect investment place or home or anything you might be looking for. So in no particular order, number 1 on the list is Detroit, Michigan. They appreciated 217.9%. I find this to be crazy, but they did have a lot of changes happen. First of all, in 2013, the city filed for bankruptcy, and since then, they've really had a lot of good, positive changes happening because they needed to. Frankly, they had such a problem over there, and I remember I was looking at properties on the foreclosure websites for a good, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 for a long time, and I always thought to myself, wouldn't it be great to just buy one of these cheap homes? And number 2 on the list is just an hour and a half north of where I am, and that is Tampa, Florida. Tampa had 206.8% appreciation. So if your home used to cost $100,000, now it's closer to $316,000. The main reason cited is that there was a technology growth. And the next thing was that it's just a relatively lower cost of living in Tampa. Now, Tampa is a pretty large area, so you can find homes that are kind of cheap and affordable, and then you can find multi-million-dollar mansions as well. If you've never visited, I do recommend you come visit Tampa and St. Pete, Sarasota, where I am, and even go all the way as far as Naples. Beautiful areas. The third one is the Dallas-Fort Worth in Texas. And this one had a 175% appreciation. Now, I know in general, Texas and Florida grew a lot during the pandemic, and Texas was no exception. I know that a lot of people fled to both of these states because of the policies, quite frankly. So it doesn't surprise me that Texas is on this list real high, because the governor there and the governor here were kind of in line and aligned with exactly what it is that needs to be done in order to fight the pandemic and fight all the mandates that the federal government were trying to impose on us. Now, mark my words, I'm pretty sure you're going to see Dallas on the list of biggest price reductions in the next 1 to 2 years. Number 4 on the list is Kansas City, Kansas. 257.4% growth. Holy crap, that is unbelievable. Now, this is not Kansas City, Missouri, okay? It's Kansas City, Kansas. And this place is basically known to be very affordable. So the cost of living is just low over there, and I think that's another big attraction factor when you're looking at the alternatives, and things are so expensive out there. But Kansas City, Kansas definitely made the list. 257% appreciation. Number 5 is St. Petersburg, Florida. This is like 45 minutes, maybe an hour away from where I am, and is just over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge as you drive north on I-75. 212.7% growth. I gotta say, it's a younger city. There's a lot that goes on over there. There's lots of activities. If you like going out for a beer, this is a great place, or snacks, or having some Cuban food, whatever you want. It's a really nice place, and there's lots of arts and culture in St. Pete. Now number 6 is Port St. Lucie, Florida, 208.6%. It is located on the Treasure Coast, and there are beautiful beaches over there. Most of the people that moved there were from New York, from Washington, D.C., and from Boston, where homes are so much more expensive. Now number 7 is Miami Gardens, Florida. Once again, Florida. I'm telling you, Florida's all over this list. 312.1%. This is now the highest one that I've mentioned so far. This is where you can find the Hard Rock Stadium, which there are so many events happening over there. And in general, Miami is a very large area. The Miami Gardens area is just an extension of Miami. And I'm telling you, Miami-Dade County is out of land. They're just growing more and more and more. And lots of people want to be there because it's very diverse with the culture. Especially if you're Latin, you don't even need to learn English to live there. Now, number 8 on the list is Lehigh Acres, Florida, 277.4% growth. Now, it's located just west of Fort Myers, and it's basically a pretty affordable place. Median price is like $350,000 or so. The median price in Florida is way more than that. In my area, it's almost $500,000. But because of that, it is further away from the beach, so obviously that affects the desirability when it comes to all the people that think, oh, I'm gonna move to Florida, and they wanna be near the beach. And it is close to Fort Myers, so that's, lots of things going on over there. And last but not least, number 9 on the list is Palm Bay, Florida. 219.3% growth. It's basically right by Melbourne. To be honest, I've never been there. I don't know much about it, so Google it up and see what makes this place so attractive. Why are people moving there? And my last thought on this whole topic is, I'm telling you, our prices are going to be coming down, especially in Florida.